Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. Today we are on YG's account and YG requested an account review before he chooses a service that he wants to go with for an account improvement. So I'm going to look at his account and see where he's at. I'm going to probably check out his arena defense and offense and see what kind of improvements he can make or which teams he could go with. And also a box for RTA, see if his rune quality is there to actually start having fun in RTA, and if not, what else he needs to focus on to get to the point where he can actually enjoy RTA. To be honest, any player could enjoy RTA in any stage of the game, but you'll have to take your losses, you have to set a goal, and you're just hoping that you could reach there someday, because everything's about rune quality and the monster box. So if you lack in any of those aspects, there is a limit on how far you could go. And violent procs is a thing, so if they have better rune quality and if they outproc you, you are going to get stressed out. You are going to want to throw your phone. But if you think you have a strong heart and a strong motivation to play RTA, even going through all of that, then RTA is for you. You should start playing. But anyways, let's get into today's video. So before we go into anything, let's look at how long he's been playing. So wow, he has a great box. He has, two LD Nat 5s already that I see. So he's been into C3. Okay, that's great. So it looks like he wants to break into G1. He's been playing for a while, 2,500 days, but his max rank in arena was C3. So it definitely looks like that he wants to break G1. World Arena was F2, which is a little low compared to his arena rank. I think he could at least get F3 or even C1. Special League F3 looks like he's not playing. Guild Siege Battle in G1 and Triple S in Boss, which is great. He's obviously doing his tour normal hard and is starting on Hell. Probably just did the Hell 40 free Devilmon. Yep, he has all his dungeons. Interesting dungeon team with double Rao, double Icarus, and a Shaman. Maybe I should try out that team. That's an interesting team. He has all the artifact dungeons done. Obviously, BGR5 is done. Triple S in every Rift Beast. He's also running all of these dimensional dungeons. So everything looks great. So for a 2,500 day account, I am expecting nothing less than this. Obviously, you should be doing all your dungeons without an issue. So now let's look at his runes. And I kind of want to look at his box at the same time. So he has a lot of units. So yes, I mean, looking at your monster box already, you should be playing RTA. It should be a lot of fun. You should be able to make a lot of different teams, especially because you have these two units, which are great in RTA and in regular arena. Oh, you have 3 LD Nat 5s. Wow. Props to you, man. Very, very lucky. Yeah, I'm very, very jealous of this account. He has really the good Nat 5s, good LD Nat 5s. Well, I guess Pontos just got good. It wasn't too far ago since he got the buff. So I mean, he's finally there. So props to you. Tealing was always good, and Seratu is always also pretty good in offense. So knowing his box is stacked, we know that he should be playing. Do you have some of the meta speed units? Oh, but you don't have a Jogun or a Chung Pung, don't you? Yeah, it looks like you don't have any of those, so you're gonna probably fall out a little there if they, if you want to compete in speed. But you do have the Barbara, you have Samath, you have Mo Long, which is very meta these days in RTA, and obviously again you still have those LD Nat 5s that I said. Do you have a Cardinal? You do. Yeah, Cardinal is very good with the Mo Long as well. So you could go that kind of team as well if you want. It would be great if you had a Molly, but you don't. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's go back to what we were going to originally talk about. We're going to talk about his runes. And we like to look at Swift, Violent, and Will. Only those 3 runes, because those are the 3 most important 3 runes. And I'm going to add one more. I'm going to look at his fastest rune out of all his runes. So because there's people that use Swift Broken, and it's still very usable in RTA and even in Arena, especially for your attack power boosters or whatever unit that has to go first. So knowing that, we're also going to look at his fastest rune overall and see if he has a lot of fast runes. So first, let's go with our Swift runes. and we're gonna look at speed sub properties. The first one, 19. No, no, no. What is this? This is a joke, right? This has to be a joke. 1960. Oh, this is a 2,500 day account. Brother, you need to be farming GB12, and it looks like only GB12, because this is very underwhelming. This is a disgrace for a 2,500 day account. I mean, you have 3 LD F5s. You should be farming runes to make them shine. Okay, let's look at, maybe it's only slot 1. Okay, let's go to slot 3. Brother, come on, 21. That's a blue rune. 20 blue rune. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at this Busted with 18 speed. Your Uso is 17 speed. I mean, I don't know why you gave this the fastest rune, but I guess you're using it for a first turn stripper. But still, come on, 21. Okay, another underwhelming slot right there. And if you look at it, he didn't even plus 15 a lot of his runes. You should be plus 15 runes that are good. 21, 20. Okay, maybe you're not plus 15 then because they're not good, because they're very underwhelming. But I mean, you plus 15 this is already kind of better, I guess. But this is a legend rune, so. It is debatable if you want to react this, but man, please be farming runes, because this is still very underwhelming. You're 0 out of 3 right now, 0 out of 3 slots. 23, so this is a hero rune, it looks like, right? Yeah, it's a hero rune. It's a hero rune where you give it a legend gem. You gotta be kidding me. I thought when I saw the hero, I thought it was gonna be like 19 speed or 20 speed, and it has a plus 3. But no, it's a plus 5. No, why are you doing this? This is hard to see. This is hard to see and hard to. Yeah, I want to stop right here. I mean, come on, Pontos with the plus 21. You want to give this like a plus 24. You know, a 24 plus speed rune right here on the Pontos. It looks like you don't even have one. Okay, slot 6, the saving grace. Is this it? 20 speed. Wow. Okay. YG, you need to be farming runes. I don't care. Arena, you don't have to care about Arena. Don't focus on Arena. RTA, don't focus on Arena, because if these are your fastest runes on Swift, you're not gonna be able to compete in RTA. I mean, yeah, you could go full violence, so we're gonna go check that out right after this. But at least you can't play speed. You're just too slow. I mean, it totally makes sense. You should be in Fighter 2 level in RTA, and then the Arena 2. Unless you're going second turn, I don't know, maybe C3. I'm surprised you got C3. So, wow. Okay, let's move on to the next rune set, because this is very underwhelming. I'm very sad to see this, and I hope that we can see something better in the Violent and Wool sets. So let's look at his Violent sets. Slot 1, 25 speed. Okay, that's better. I like that. I like to see that. Okay, I want to see another plus 20 something here. Plus 24. Okay. Your Violent rune set is much better. I'm happy to see this, so it looks good here. Let's go to slot 3. 30 speed. Okay, now we're talking. This is great. This is great. And this is with the plus 2. You have to. What are you doing? What? Hey, YG, you have to give this an awesome legend gem. Probably HP or defense. No, HP percent is here. So defense percent. And you know, probably gem out the resistance, and then you have to give this thing a plus 5 or something. I will just slap this right here, because that's a 33 speed rune. I don't know what you're doing, but that is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, just letting you know. But that's an awesome rune. Props to you. I don't have a rune that fast. Very jealous. Another plus 22 speed here. You should be grinding and gemming these runes. So if you were like, okay, I don't care about Swift runes, Juno, I don't want to farm Swift runes, because who knows, I'll never get a fast rune. I just want to do Violent runes. Then okay, that's fine. But if you have runes like this in Violent, then you should be doing R5 non-stop to perfect these runes, okay? To perfect, you want to perfect some of these runes, your best runes, before you play RTA, or even maybe before you do Arena. Like, seriously. Because this is sad to see. If I have a plus 22 speed Violent rune ungrinded, I'll be farming R5 for days until I get those grinds and gems that I want on it. But anyways, at least you have the opportunity to do it. You have the option to do it. So props to you. Your Violent runes look way better than your Swift runes, like way better than your Swift runes. I would say your Swift runes is like early mid game. Early, that's even, I'm being nice saying early mid. I want to say early game, but early game is like early, so I'm gonna say early mid game. And your Violent set is probably like mid late game, okay? And then it goes down a lot after that, but still the 22. So this could be a 26, and the 33 is awesome. So I'm gonna say that this slot is pretty nice. Okay, let's go to slot 4. Another plus 30 speed. Your Violent runes are so much better than your Swift runes. Okay. So this is great, and this looks like it's on the right track. Definitely get legend grinds for this, because you're not gonna get a lot of runes like this with 30 speed. So I'll definitely, if I have, after I perfect this, because obviously this one is a 33 speed. After you perfect the 33 speed, I'll definitely try to get legend grinds on this rune as well. After that is 22, not that bad. It's a blue, but this rune is already awesome by itself. So I like that as well. Okay, let's look at this one right here, slot 5. Another 22, awesome, with a 20. So 22 is good, and it could be 26 again, and these could all be grinded other than the crit rate, but this is a great rune. So again, if you want to focus on your Violent sets, your Violent runes, then definitely do R5, because there is a lot of improvement you can make with some of the OP runes that you have. It does go down I mean, the speed gets lower exponentially, like pretty drastically after the first few runes, but I think that's the same for me as well. So I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing, because it's really hard to get speed. But yeah, I like where you're at. I like where you're at on those slots. So let's look at slot 6 last. 24. Okay, a little underwhelming compared to slot 1, 3, 4, and 5. But 24 is still not bad. And then you have this 23 speed right here. Oh my goodness. Brother, you definitely need to do a couple things. Again, set your priorities straight. You want to do arena, you want to do RTA, but before that, you want to perfect your runes. So first, you say if you want to play the speed game, and it looks like it's kind of hard to play the speed game for your box right now in RTA especially. So I understand if you're gonna prioritize Violent runes over the Swift runes, but if you want to play the Swift game, then farm GB12. And it looks like, looking at the quality of your runes, your Swift runes, it looks like you have to be farming there for a while, for months and months and months to actually get a lot of improvement. Well, because right now, if you get a small improvement, it's still gonna be what, 280 speed max, 290 speed maybe. You're not gonna be close to 300 speed. So that's why I'm saying you have to be farming a long time to get 300 speed. And it's gonna be a hurdle. It's gonna be a grind. You'll be doing it for months. I could tell you that for sure, unless you're, pay to win and spending a lot of money. But for Violent, it's a different story. If you want to improve these Violent runes, it's simple. Grind R5. It's gonna be relatively easier than farming GB12 for fast Swift runes, because first of all, Swift runes don't come out that much. Hero Swift runes, and the Swift runes that have speed in it, that's Hero Plus, does not come out that much. And finally, it does not roll like you want it to. With all of that factored in, it's really hard to get a fast rune in Swift. But for grinds, it's a different story. I think it's relatively easy to get rare hero speed grinds at least. Although you will have to run it for a couple days, you at least get 1 or 2. But then legend grinds are harder to get. But I think just by having those rare and hero grinds, you will get a lot of improvement. Like these runes, this rune right here, I know it doesn't look that great, but it could be used for a Lulu. You just roll it to plus 12, hope you get a HP percentage. If you do, you grind out the crit rate for defense percentage, and then you just grind everything up, and it's a great Lulu rune. But anyways, Violent runes look a lot better than Swift runes. Okay, let's go to Will. 18. Okay, Will slot 1 looks pretty underwhelming. This one is a good fat rune, but speed-wise is very underwhelming. And if you want to play RTA, especially Violent runes, meaning you're going second turn, you need good Will runes. And at least speed-wise, they're very underwhelming. Let's look at slot 3. 19, again, very underwhelming. It looks like you've been farming DB12 for 2,000 days. 500 days you've been coming out of early game, you know, farming something here and there. And then the other 2,000 days, you're just farming DB12. Because this rune quality difference is humongous. It's huge. This is so out of balance. Okay, this will rune 21 speed, another blue rune, again, like blue. I mean, these are good crit damage runes, but they're blue nonetheless. Speed wise, they're blue. But for crit damage, you're not only looking for speed anyways, and if you get better grinds and gems, it looks like these are pretty nice, especially this one. So I'm not gonna, you know, bash you there too much, but nonetheless, speed wise, not that great. And what? Don't give a crit rate rune to your Zeros, come on. I see why Zeros is a great second turn AO unit or first turn if you could get your Tiana fast enough, which you can't. I know you can't. So you want your Zeros to go second turn, you want it to do damage, and this is not doing that. Slot 5, 2020. Okay, again, very underwhelming. Slot 6, 19. Okay, so overall, rune quality wise, this account is very unbalanced. Like I said, it looks like it's been farming DB12 for 2,000 days and farming the 499 days in GB12 and MB12 and getting out of early mid game or early game. I don't know, but that's how unbalanced it is. Only the violent runes are great, but all the other but the other Swift and Will runes, they're bad. Okay, they're nothing. I can't even say they're mid game level. Maybe they're mid game level, but they're definitely not the level of your violent runes. So now let's look at everything and see the fastest runes on each slot. 25 on slot 1, so nothing crazy there. Let's look at slot 3. Slot 3 is a 30, the Violet rune. This should be a 33. This should be a legend grind here. This should be jammed in with the legend defense percentage gem and grinded with the legend grind as well. Slot 4 is the 30 as well, and then it goes down to 24. So that's so again, this just shows me that your Violent runes are so much better than all your other rune sets. Let's look at slot 5. 24, very underwhelming. Again, very underwhelming. If you grind out your Violent rune, that will be your fastest slot as well. And then finally slot 6, again 24 is the fastest. Well, 27, which is your Violent rune, if you grind it, or 28, this could, I mean, I argue that this could get a legend grind because 23, 28 is very good. But yeah, this just shows me that you've been only farming DB12, and if you want to, sad to say is that you can't only do well with Violent runes. You could go to a certain point in the game, like you'll definitely, you know, stomping C1, C2 players probably in regular arena, and maybe in RTA, Fighter 1, Fighter 2 players, you might be stomping them, even Fighter 3 players. But after that, if you go to C1, and for arena, if you go to G1, it's not that easy. You're not going to get an easy win like that. You will have to up your quality in Swift runes and up your quality in Will runes in the end. And obviously, seeing how you didn't farm MB12 or GB12 that much, for example, let's look at your Lucian. If I look at your Lucian, yeah, this is very underwhelming. What is this? It has to have 100 crit rate. This crit damage is garbage. How about this one? Yeah, again, same thing. Should have 100 crit rate, and this crit damage is okay, but nothing great. It's nothing great, and it's on a raid set. I thought this was on the fatal set or something, but still, this just shows me that your Lucian is not that great because you haven't been farming GB12 or MB12 enough. The artifacts again are not that great. So there's that. You also need to focus on artifacts later. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, maybe I'm bashing you too much, but this is an account review, so I want to, stick this to your head. You need to focus on GB12 to get your speed, and you need to focus on MB12 to get your Will runes, plus getting your damage dealer sets. Because right now they look pretty mediocre. Swift sets look bad. Will set also look bad. Okay, now I'm gonna give you some advice for your arena team. For arena defense, I will definitely use your Tian Lane. Tian Lane for sure. And looking at your runes, you can't go a speed defense. This is a very mediocre defense because what's the color here? You're trying to go fast with the speed lead, but I know that you're super slow. Like, how fast is this? 142. Not fast enough because you need something to cut in to do anything. This is way too slow. Yeah, this team is not gonna do anything. So I think you should go more of a tanky team. Yeah, tanky team. Do you have a wind panda? Sorry, not a. Do you have a wind monkey? You don't. I mean, you could even use the Pontos. It doesn't have to be fast because Pontos has invincibility and immunity, so Pontos is great too. You should use your Triana. I liked how your Triana was there. You could use your Cardinal actually. Sorry, you have your Cardinal, which has an even better lead for Arena, 44% HP lead. So you should put Cardinal with Tian Lane, Triana, +1. Something like that. I think that's what I would do because right now your defense has no color. I don't know what it's trying to do. So probably why it's not getting that many wins. Or is it? Yeah, 21%. Not that many wins. Wow, what is this victory rate? Okay, I'll give you some advice for AO, and it looks like you're going the right way. I'm hoping this is a second turn team. Okay, double Nemesis. Double Endure Will. You should put artifacts on this. And your Zeros should be on crit damage. I don't know why it's on Rage Will on a crit rate build. But it should definitely be on a crit damage build. And I would advise Despair. But Rage is fine. But it should be on crit damage. Wait, what's that speed? 80. Okay, it's slightly faster than that, right? Okay. And then find this. Okay, this is not bad. Yeah, I like how you're going. This is a good second turn team. I don't know why you're losing so much. I know why this team is losing because your Lucian is way too weak. I doubt there's gonna be any defense that you could kill with your single Lucian effectively, especially being your Kabila being this slow too. Wow, you have a Lydia. You have 4 LD 5s. Okay, then maybe even the Lydia on your defense is great too, because Lydia definitely stops cleavers most of the time. He has the Martina too, lucky him. So he has very good LD Nat 5s. I'm very jealous. But yeah, he has Lydia too, so Lydia could be used in AD as well. But this defense would definitely not work if you put him on AD. But that's also a recommendation if you would like to change your defense. Also, you could put in Abilio too. But yeah, that was it. Overall, this account is very, very weird. I don't know where I should put him at. I'll just say mid-game because his Swift set and Wolf set is early mid-game, and his Violent set is definitely mid-late game or almost late game quality. Only a few of them because the speed of the runes definitely drop a lot after the first 2. But just by that, there's a pretty big difference between the Violent set and the other sets. So saying that, finally my summary is that you should focus on GB12 and MB12. But if you still want to focus on your Violent sets, then I will definitely start with R5 to perfect some of the awesome OP runes that you have. Before we end it, I'm going to do one thing because I'm really curious how fast we can make your Bastet on Swift Will. And this is probably going to be very embarrassing to see, but let's check it out. So in the Swift set, there's a 19, 21, 21, 23. Okay, there you go, 23, 20. And then let's give her a speed just in case. Yeah, something like that. And then now let's look at the Will set. So 18 to 19. So if you could get grinds on this, right? So let's put that. Let's just assume that you put a grind there. 19, this is 21, so faster, that's good. 21, 21, that's the same. 20, 20, okay, that's slower. How about this one? 19 to 20. So we actually have to give him a speed here. So this is his fastest but stats. So what is that? If you do if it goes up by 28, then that's plus 170. So that's a 269 bus stat. 269 bus stat. And if he gets what? A plus 5 here. Let's say he got a plus 5 here. Then that's a 274 bus stat. That's so slow. Come on. That's so slow. Just seeing this, you need to focus on GB12. I think you should get at least a 290 bus stat. I don't say 300, but maybe that's too hard for you. But I think you should at least get a 300 set. Okay, let's look at violent and see how fast we can get it with the violent set. So we have to give it this 33. Let's assume that this is 33. And then let's give it this, the 30. Yeah, the 30. And then let's put the Swift set like this. So that's 47 speed faster. So that's plus 189. So that's 286 speed. Much faster than your wool set, obviously. But still very lacking. Not even close to 300 still. This just shows you that you have to focus on GB12. But yeah guys, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think I was a lot more strict on this account because it was a 2,500 day account. I was expecting a little more, and I kind of did see the quality in his violent sets, but I was very disappointed with his Swift set and his wool set and his other sets overall, because from all his sets, his fastest was his violent set. But yeah, I hope the account owner takes my advice into heart and starts focusing on the other dungeons. And again, if he wants to prioritize his violent sets, then I advise him to do R5 to get the gems, to get the grinds, to perfect the great violent runes that he has. And then after he's done with that, maybe he can move on to GB12 or ME12. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys did, please consider liking this video so that this video will be exposed to more viewers out there. And also, if you guys are interested in account reviews like this, please go to the descriptions below and join my Discord and send me a private message, because account reviews are free. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.